Entering play call. College kick return.
Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Shotgun, single pack. Ace doubling. There are 3 categories. You have 5 options. HD cash is selected.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known.
Right.
On the run, it's Holmes. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Makes the grab, it's Blackwell. Breaks into the open. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Choose the formation. Close. There are 7 categories. You have 15 options. FD dive is selected.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Right.
They'll go to the ground. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
Bunch quads offset.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Right.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. At the 40, there he goes. It's a running room. Inside the touchdown Seminoles. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a scintillating 57-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Pauly. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
Cornerback match. Tack. Some drop formation. There are split. There are over any. Mike looks 0.
The give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. They got a huge boost in their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week, got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
Spread.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a
Entering
false
play
start.
call, Penny.
So the
There
decision
are
has
7
been made, and the
categories.
coach
You
will
have
take the
21
penalty.
options. Mike. Formation. Choose the player to replace. You have 11 options. Formation. Penny. There are 7 categories.
Need
you have
10 yards
21
on this third
options.
down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. Quarterback may change this route. Sends it back in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the catch. There he goes. Oh, what a move. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most.
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll throw it. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Milford.
And off from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
There are 7 categories.
And just a great job on the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Spread.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
Weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Option is set to 2 to 4 load. There are 7 categories.
You have 18
options. Cover 9 is selected.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker.
Play call.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man.
Empty and FD dive. WD dive. FD dive.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Toss to the outside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, uses athleticism, uses speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Pulls it in, it's Blackwell. He'll step out of bounds at the 13, and that gives him a little bit more room.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Holmes. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun.
Formation, pistol, shotgun, power eye, strong. There are 2 categories. You have 12 options. HB Blast is selected.
So first down here as they go back to work. Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The option look. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Made the play on the pit. Was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off.
Entering play call. Split.
The safeties are usually the quarterbacks of the defense. They're getting everybody lined up. They're coming down in the box and making big tackles. But they also do a great job in the back end with their coverage, breaking on the football, getting the big INT.
Finds his tight end. Shakes off the defender. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on first down. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive line. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
He'll ride his man on the option. He can't corral the pass. The ball's on the ground.
Entering play call.
Sometimes the ball just
There are 7
bounces your way, and the
categories.
offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on
There
and
are
not have
7
a turnover.
categories. You have 21 options. Mike Blitz 0 is selected. 4. Cover 1 Robert. Tampa 2.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile.
Spread.
Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it.
Entering
After
play.
that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball
Shotgun.
game.
Pistol. Flex.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate, and listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Option.
Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty.
Entering
so the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense in press coverage. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, and if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. With the catch, it's Blackwell. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Punt is on its way. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line.
Formation. There are 6 categories. There are 7 subcategories. Option set to split 9 plays. You have 9 split. There are 7. Cover penny. Cover 3. My blitz 0. Corner blitz 2. Cover 1 rock. Tempo 2.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Wants to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting, stud in the secondary, 5-star defensive back, gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level. Just they have so much speed, the measurables there. This guy should be an impact player day one.
The offense changing the play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grab near the marker. It's Bob. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
To the air on first down. He'll take a deep shot here. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Spread.
Wants to throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on third and long to keep this drive going. Wide receiver going in motion.
Entering play
The
call.
defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Mike Blitz 0 is selected.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive.
Middle third. Spread.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go
Entering
backward.
play call.
The officials
Penny,
offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Zone drops. Penny, there are 7 categories. You have 21 options. Mike Blitz 0 is selected. Corner blitz. Cover. Tampa 2.
Quarterback couldn't quite make the connection on the last play. That brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
Entering play call.
And when it's 3rd and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
On the option. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front. Now on the option. He'll toss it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Entering formation.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you can tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Castellanos. Throws for the tight end. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on 3rd down. Brings us to 4.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
That is not helpful at all as the ball goes out of bounds right around the 35-yard line. And what great field position to start. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
Mike Blitz 0. Middle third.
Wide receiver comes in motion.
Spread.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Entering play call. Penny. There are 7 categories. You have 21 options. Mike Blitz 0 is selected.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Here we go.
Middle third. Spread.
Gets the back moving. And back to the air on 2nd down. The screen, and watch out. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Takes the handoff. It's Love. Runs through a tackle. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Formation. There are 6 categories. There are 7
Quick timeout call
subcategories.
by the offense
Entering
after
play
the
call.
play.
Formation. There are 6. Prevent. Special. Punt return 33. Field goal block right. Punt. Field goal block left.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. And very important not only to generate power, but to find find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And, guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will line up to kick off and start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Crawley. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive.
Split. Cover 3. Michael 0.
His drive will open from the 15. Trying to set the tone with the run. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
There are 7
and I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
They'll move the wide receiver. Grab behind the line. It's Fields. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got his man downfield. Turns it on at midfield. He's loose down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation and time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Blackwell. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line.
There are 27 categories. You have 17 options. Check how red is selected.
They are backed up, top field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Running to Green. They needed that extra space as he bangs his way to the 14.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Here's the handoff. Got enough for the first. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This is a situation here in the third quarter. This offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense...
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
They'll run this one off right tackle. Oh, he's got some space. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll move the tight end.
Spread.
To the ground. He's got it again. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Quarterback making checks. Looking to fire. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Entering play call.
The defenses are terrified of giving up that big play. I like the offense taking a shot down the field, showing the defense like, listen, hey, you're going to have to guard this. You better start being worried about the deep ball. Now maybe I can take some shots underneath, and it might loosen that secondary up a bit.
And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. Some hand fighting at the point of the catch will draw the penalty, but this one is going to go against the offense. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Turning it on. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
That's a tough one to execute on offense in that situation. 3rd down, you know it's going to be man coverage. If that receiver's not able to create any separation, then he's going to get tackled as soon as he catches the ball. That's exactly what happened. Now setting up 4th down.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. They give you 4 downs for a reason, and this offense decides to use every one of them.
Hey, if I had a back like that and I had this offensive line, man, I would do it too. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Roll the dice, give your guys an opportunity to go make a play. And
Touchdown, Fighting Irish! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, I'd be a kitchen. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Empty quads H. Empty base.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll send the back in motion. To the air. It's Castellanos. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
He lost one down the sideline. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question, this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points, and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the ground with the back. Find some fresh air. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the third. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them.
Entering play call, split. There are 7 categories. You have 9 options. Cover 1 SS blitz is selected.
They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one.
Spread.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Option is set to 2 mid nickel 2 cover 3 2 invert mid blitz nickel 2 mid blitz 3 2 invert hard flat.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm, you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback now breaking the field. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
There are 6 categories.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by 10 over Texas Tech. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Right.
Motion from the back. A designed run for the quarterback. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him popped up behind the line.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Wheel.
Scanning the field, it's Castellanos. Grabbed over the middle, it's Holmes. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo.
Wheel.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And here's the third interception of the night. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. Touchdown, Irish. And the punishment has been extended. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. With that latest touchdown pass, it might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it, reading the defense, everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one.
Inside your triple option.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Goes to the option. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. The Noles racing to the line in the hurry-up.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Hit as he throws. And it's incomplete as he threw the helium ball trying to float it in.
Option.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45.
Entering play call.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Looking to throw. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Down by multiple possessions.
Right.
They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, he tosses it back. And the pass is incomplete on 4th down, but hold on just a second. We've got to see what the flag's about. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, keep the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Spread.
Running back searching for a hole. And he never had a chance. Just
Entering
stopped
play
cold as soon as he got it.
There are 7 categories.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your
selected.
gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on 3rd down.
Spread.
Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Now they're really starting to
Entering play
threaten as they
call.
pick up the 1st
There
down
are
at
7
the 34-yard
categories.
line.
21 options.
He
Cover
was
4
really beating
quarters
himself
selected.
up over that interception and that loss last week. I know he's thrown a pick in this one, but he's looked much more certain.
And what you ask quarterbacks to do nowadays is how much you put on their plate. One mistake is okay. Those usually aren't the ones that are going to kill you. So
Entering
one
play
mistake,
call.
back-to-back
Michael
weeks, that's
Zero.
fine. You just can't make multiple. But the team's winning this week, which is the most important stat that he cares about.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down.
Spread.
They're going to ride this running back. And he's stuffed by
Entering
that big
play
defensive
call.
tackle up front.
There are 7 categories.
They tried to get the
21
defense going the
options.
wrong way with the
Michael
counter,
Zero is
but
selected.
nothing doing.
Spread.
Aggressive defense,
Audible.
attacking defense. You want to hit them with those counters, but it wasn't successful in this play. Defensive line, linebackers, everybody's dialed in. They see what's going on. They diagnose it, go downhill, hit them right in the middle.
Brings into the open. He'll get it all the way to the
Entering play
13-yard
call.
line before he's
There are
forced
7
out of bounds.
categories. You have 21. Middle. Option is set to free for coach. Or zone drop formation. 3. Cover 2 invert hard flat.
After this, it'll be a wrap.
Middle 3rd.
Run in the red zone, it's Williams. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely
a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of